What are the disciplines you can practice when you're a skydiver? Well, in this video we are covering the most popular skydiving disciplines. Hey there, this is Catherine Bernier from Skydive Vibes, sharing the passion of skydiving and helping you become a better skydiver. So if you're new here, consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving, or just like this one, all about tips and tricks to become a better skydiver. So here is a breakdown of the most popular skydiving disciplines as we talk right now in 2018, because yes, there are trends in the skydiving sport. Well, precision landing was once very popular. So the most widely practiced discipline is called formation skydiving. This is the one where we have skydivers flying on their belly, so belly to earth position, which is the base position for any starting skydivers. But by doing so, those groups are flying together and doing different formations. So the goal for them is to perform different shapes by doing grips, whether by holding their arms or their legs. The groups may vary from 2 people up to big ways, as we call them, which is 10 plus people. But the usual formations that we see in competition, for example, are the 4 ways and also the 8 ways. So to practice it, you need to have at least an A license, which will allow you to jump with someone else so that you can learn the basic movements and grips. But after that, if you want to jump with 3 and more people, you need to have your B license. As a quick tip, I would say that always consider your level of experience when you're considering different group size. You don't want to get too fast into bigger groups because it's kind of challenging having that much people in free fall, and not only that, you need to consider that all those people will land at the same time as well. So you want to really participate in groups and skydive that are at the level of your skills at the moment. To do so, simply discuss this with an instructor or an experienced big wave skydiver. Also, not long ago, I did an interview with a pro 4-way athlete. So if you want to check it out, just click right here to get access to the interview. He is actually giving his 5 tips for anyone who wants to get serious in 4-way formation skydiving. So check it out. The next one is called free fly. So this one consists in flying in any other positions than belly to earth. So it's totally the opposite of the formation skydiving. So you might consider flying on your back in a sitting position, head up or head down, and also we can add the angle flying. By the way, back flying is actually the base position because it's falling faster than being belly to earth. So for example, when you lose your balance, the stable position to go at is the back fly, because this way you keep your fall rate and you are remaining with the group. This discipline is actually becoming more and more popular among skydivers because it's challenging and they can experience new moves. In order to perform in that discipline, you might need to consider the wind tunnel, because this is how you can really raise the bar of your free fall skills, because you're getting more time to practice in the wind tunnel than in a skydive. We're talking about 2 minutes versus 50 seconds. But it might take you a couple of hours of wind tunnel because it's highly technical and needs a lot of precision. And we also need to talk about the change of fall rates, because if you're flying, let's say, in a sitting position and then go head down and then get back on your back, well, you are experiencing a lot of change in fall rate. So that brings a lot of risk of collisions, but also you need to be more aware of what's surrounding you. Altitude awareness is also very important because, like I've said earlier, we are falling at a way faster fall rate. So you want to always make sure you are aware of your position relative to the earth. That being said, using an audible altimeter is a must-have. So the free fly discipline opens up a whole new world of how we can fly in the sky. That being said, 2 more categories were created from the free fly discipline. So we can think about the vertical formation skydiving. So just like formation skydiving, the vertical formation skydiving is pretty similar, doing formations in the sky in groups, but then you fly in any other position than belly to earth. The next one is called Freestyle. So this is the one that is mainly popular in wind tunnels. I don't know if you've seen those GoPro videos where the flyers are doing kind of an artistic dance in the wind tunnel with music in the background. So this is the Freestyle discipline. It's pretty much dancing in the sky, or in the wind tunnel in that case. The next discipline is the crew. So this one is also performed in group, but when the parachute is open. So those skydivers are actually opening up their parachute as they exit the plane, and they are performing formations under canopy. This can be very impressive for the people on the ground to take a look at those, because since they are bigger with their canopy open, we can see really great shapes in the sky. So those formations are performed by having the skydivers ducking each other's canopy with their hands or their feet. Needless to say that having someone in your canopy and in your lines can bring entanglements issues. So every skydivers that are doing crew should always be aware of that possibility and ready to react. In that case, having a hook knife can be very useful. The next discipline is swooping. This is one that is becoming very popular nowadays, but also, in my sense, it's kind of one of the most dangerous that we can see. So the goal for them is to accelerate their descent the most possible upon landing, and then at the last minute they want to get into an horizontal movement right above the ground. That acceleration is obtained by turning very aggressively, so they will use their front riser to give an aggressive turn and then accelerate their descent upon getting into that horizontal movement. Swoopers are jumping high performance canopies with high wing load in order to increase their speed. They also often use high quality audible altimeters because they need to be aware of each stage of their landing. It is truly the most spectacular discipline as it requires a high understanding of the canopy characteristics in order to avoid hitting the ground. And as you might have already seen, it's often performed above the water, above a pond. And the goal is to give a little bit of extra layer of safety. So I guess you would bet it's a highly risky discipline. So if you want to try it out, always make sure to discuss with an instructor and a specialized coach so that they can brief you the proper way, and do not try anything without talking to them. The last discipline I wanted to talk with you in this video is the wingsuit. Here again, the goal is to transfer the vertical speed into an horizontal distance, but in free fall. So as you already might have seen, those skydivers are actually jumping with a squirrel suit, as we call them, or a wingsuit. So this suit is actually designed in the shape of a wing. So as they exit the plane, the wingsuit will inflate and provide them the lift necessary to drive into an horizontal distance. Alright, so I hope you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if so. So we covered together the formation skydiving, the free fly, including the vertical formation skydiving and the freestyle, but we also covered the crew discipline, the swoop, and finally the wingsuit. So let me know in the comments below which discipline are you doing right now, and consider subscribing not to miss other videos all about skydiving just like this one. So on that, I tell you, keep jumping, enjoy the good weather, and blue skies.